Hello, today I'm going to make the deployments with Disco a little bit faster. So I cloned this example site to run a Flask site that you can find here. There's a Dockerfile there. It's not using the cache property, so every time we deploy it, it will install the requirements from requirements.txt because of the order of the commands in there. And also, out of precaution, when first building Disco, we used the flag no cache during the build. I'm going to remove that today and try to take advantage of the Docker default caching. So I'll deploy the site here. I can refresh the page. It's currently working. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try to use the Docker cache. So I'm in the Disco daemon codebase right now. I already found the place where we build the image during the deployment flow. If I go back to the deployment flow there, should be there, but anyway, and then important to see it. Oh yeah, build image, right? So build image, build images, build images, build image there. So it's part of the deployment flow where we build the image. And yeah, let's try to remove the no cache flag like that. Actually, before that, if I show what it's doing when we deploy, I have the output from a deployment there. If I try to edit the example Flask site here, let's say I change something like and the server hello from Disco, let's say I say 2 like that. I save that. I commit the change, I push. Let's just go there. Oh yeah, it's a fork that I have. So let's instead use my fork. So I will cd out of that and rm examples Flask site. Like that, and I will clone it again because I think I cloned it locally. Yes, exactly. So let's use that. Code, if I want to clone that. Example Flask site. So I can close this editor and do it again. So I go in server, I added 2 there, save that, and I git add, git commit like that. So I just pushed. So if I look at the deployment, I'm using bin dev.js instead of Disco because I'm working on my local developmently. I want to look at the deployment output of the project. What's my project? Yeah, Flask site. And I set up a Disco, YouTube Disco. Let's see, like that. Takes a bit longer because my CLI is compiling locally. So you see the whole output. Let's deploy again just to show you like that it will rebuild every time. So it's installing the requirements. And also, if I go back to my site, I see hello from Disco 2 like that. And let's do it again with 3 like that, just to make it so that we can see the the deployment while it's happening, because it's kind of fast already. Yeah, so it's that fast already. So, but yeah, let's get rid of that part anyway, where it's installing all of the requirements. So I'm removing the no cache tag there, and I will deploy that again. So I have a script to deploy my changes to my server. Update, let's call it 2 like that, and I will be back with you when the video is ready. Yes. Okay, so the version has been deployed. If I try to deploy again, because the order of the commands in the Dockerfile are not set up properly right now, I think it will install the dependencies anyway. So if I try that again, so it did use the cache this time because I didn't make any change to the code base in general. But if let's say I change something in the server and I say let this go 4, I deploy that and I look at the output. Yeah, exactly. Because I made a change to one file in the repository, then Docker detects that there's been a change, so it doesn't use the cache. Because the command to add the whole code base is before the command to run the to install the requirements. There's a good documentation on Docker if you want to have a look. It's /build/cache in the docs. So basically what you need to do is that you need to, instead of adding your whole code base in one go, you need to add the requirements files before, so that it detects that there's no change in that file. So when you run the next command to install requirements, it knows that nothing changed for that part and above, so it won't install again, and then you can copy the rest of the code base. So let's see if I can do that in my example Flash site. So let's start with a work deal like that and move up my pip install, and instead of add we'll use copy, and let's yeah, probably like so. And then what we need to do is we need to copy the requirements only. So let's here, so yeah, let's copy, and the file is requirements.txt like that, and we want to copy it in /code. You can name it like that, or if you want to, for brevity, you could just have a dot. Let's be explicit for this time. And yeah, same thing here, I will be explicit for that. And yeah, let's try that. So I will deploy 5 like that. It should not use the cache because I moved the things around, but after that hopefully it will use the cache. So git add git commit 5 sorry, origin main, like that. It should be deploying. If we look at the output, yeah, so you can see it's still building. It's not using the cache because we moved the things around. And then if I go there just to make sure, yes, it's still working, Disco 5. And now let's make a change, and hopefully if I change this, Disco 6. Hopefully this time it will use the cache and the deployment will be a bit faster. Yes, exactly. So you can see there it copied requirements.txt and run pip install. It says that it used the cache. And then it copied the rest of the code. And the deployment should be live if I reload this. Yes, so the deployments are now faster. And if I make a change to requirements.txt, let's say I want to add a new requirement like that. I save the file, and if I deploy the request like that, and if I look at the output, I should see that the file has been copied and it's different than before. And then, yeah, because there's a change in the file, then Docker detected it and it reinstalled the dependencies from requirements.txt. But again, if I just deploy a change in the code base, it should use the cache again, because now it already has the updated packages. There you go, it says pip install cached, and if I look at the site, it's using the latest version. So it worked, so I will deploy that, and Disco will be a bit faster to deploy.